Welcome, my conscious family. There is an easier way for you to shift your self image, and I will give you 3 steps that you can focus on in order to change your self concept. I will, of course, explain what it is, but also I'm going to give you guidance on how to actually implement these things in your life. Because this is something that if you don't change your self image, you cannot change your reality. Everything starts from inside out. You are the cause of the effect. Okay, you guys. Before I go in deeper in this topic, I do want to say that I felt called today to film video in this other way, because most of you guys, you watch my videos on your phones, but I'm really curious. Can you write in the comments which one do you prefer? Is it horizontal or vertical? Yeah, so I actually would like to know that. And of course, if you're new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to the family. I'm so happy to see every day the family is rising together and so many beautiful people from all over the world. So you can introduce yourself. What is your name? Where are you from? And of course, like, subscribe to my channel because um, I help people and you can help me to help more people. I'm thankful for that. Okay, so when it comes to self-image, there is one point that sometimes can be a little bit, I wouldn't say annoying, but I just want to help people. And then when I hear that people don't see it that way, it's like I just want to shake them and tell them, hey, hey, that's not true. But basically, we are conditioned by the society. It's not like a theory or something, hidden. I think now more and more people are aware that actually all of the things, mostly like food and TV programs, series, movies, songs, everything, social media, everything is like conditioning us to be in the state of fear, to be in the state of not loving ourselves, to be in the state of comparing ourselves, to be in the state of, always like thinking we are never good enough. And also the society programming then, it starts in your family when you're young, like your parents are already conditioned and programmed to believe a certain lies, and then of course they project this on you. So I hope this video will not get banned. I don't know how that works, but I'm very passionate about this because it's such a huge thing, and I don't think a lot of people are actually that aware in which capacity there are things which are, controlling us. I mean, you can of course choose not to be controlled, uh, when you become aware, when you have awakening, and then you go through certain, awakenings, as I like to call them, because it's not like you awaken and then you see everything, because then you would probably go crazy. But like you awaken and then slowly go to different phases of spiritual awakening. You awaken more and more and more, and this journey is actually like from you being completely blind to the reality and believing in the illusions that you are being told, and then slowly you're removing these conditions, and you're seeing the truth of who you actually are. When I say who you actually are, I don't mean Irena or Edward or Carlos or I don't know, Ruben. Just remembered my friend Ruben. We were going to festivals together when I was younger. He was drinking from a jar. I remember he had a huge jar and he was drinking wine from the jar and wearing Martins. Oh my gosh, it's so crazy, like how this memory was so vivid right now. But if there is any guy who's named Ruben, maybe this is something for you. This was a long time ago when I was, going party and drinking, which I don't do anymore. It's also one of the things, by the way, since I mentioned, it's one of the things that also is society like conditioning, like, oh, it's normal, we are just gathering, and then whenever we celebrate something, you should get drunk and you should drink, and it's, guys, I mean, this is a total lie. I don't know what YouTube accepts or don't accept, so I'm still, I'm still new and trying to understand how it works, but all of this is a lie. you don't need, but also you don't want to need and to have and to drink, because alcohol is actually poison. And all this cultural thing, like, yeah, but like you have a glass of wine and then 2 3 glasses of wine, it's like, no. I mean, I'm not saying you what to do. um, this video is all over the place. I don't know why I was so strict on what I'm going to talk about, but I guess that it all makes sense because it is connected. So I want you to question everything in your life. Question, question, question. Who says, what says, why, who says? Every single rule, every single thing you believed about yourself, because this is self-image, every single thing you have been told about yourself, I want you to question. Who says that I am like that? Who says that I need to do that? Who says that this is how I am naturally? Who says that that is my personality? Because people often think, they say like, oh, but if I, work on changing my identity, am I just not lying to myself, pretending to be somebody else? But it's not the case. As I said in many of my videos, and this is my mission, to help people awaken and to consciously create their own life experiences, by remembering, who you are, who you are. And that's not you removing the lies that you have been told about yourself, is actually coming back to yourself, is actually being more of who you actually are. Does this make sense? I really want to make this very clear. So everything, all these things, you can imagine as if it's a house. It's made of, I think, racks, or how do you call this, building blocks. I think it's a song from this girl, Miley Cyrus. This girl, Miley Cyrus, Wrecking Ball. Okay, at this point, I don't know my English. What's happening today? I really don't know. Anyways, my voice is also a little bit hurting because I was socializing a lot. But back to the story. So you build this house, okay, these racks, building blocks, okay, you have this house. Each and every building block is something that somebody says over the time in your life, especially when you were young. As we know, theta, like brain waves, your brain, like your subconscious was open. You were like a sponge. Every single thing somebody told you about who you are, you just accepted this as your reality. What happens next? Now listen carefully. When you accept something, you subconsciously act as the person that you accepted the identity from. Not as a person, but you act in your life as the identity of which you accept it to be true for you. Okay, so somebody says, you're stupid, you're clumsy, you don't know anything, you're just lazy, and then subconsciously you start to believe in that and you're acting that way. You're playing a role. You're literally playing a role on a stage in a cinema. Like, this is not who you are. I want you to question every single thing somebody told you. I was being told I was stupid, I was a whore. I don't know if I can say that. I was crazy, I was lazy, I was not able to achieve anything. I was somebody who never finishes anything. I was somebody who is spoiled, um, many different, clumsy, many different things. Okay, and the point is that at that moment, I did believe, I honestly remember the time when I truly believe that because I'm different, that I somehow am not able to function in this world, and that I am just, not stupid, but like, I never thought I was really stupid, but you know what I mean? Like, oh my God, like something is wrong with me. Like, this was my story in my head. But this story was not mine to begin with. Do you understand what I mean? Like, you don't come as a baby and you wake up and you were born in this world and you have a story about who you are. You don't have a story. You love yourself. You are pure love. You are of God. You're so close to the source in that moment because you still don't have all the conditioning and programming which doesn't serve you installed in you, and you're just loving yourself, confident. free spirited, beautiful, amazing. But then slowly people start telling you who you are, and you pick up on these things, and then you form this, story about who you are in this world. So, what I want to tell you is that self-image is all the beliefs and all the stories you believe about yourself. Who you are, what you deserve, what are your standards, what do you accept, you don't accept, how are you in these situations. Okay. One more thing, sorry, is that you are not always lazy or always hardworking, or what is the opposite? Again, my English today, I don't know, but you understand what I mean. We are sometimes a bit lazy some days. Usually we're like this, but I honestly believe that you can connect. I know, not believe, that you can connect with that version of yourself that you want to be, because she or he already exists in this moment. Everything is happening in the now, and every choice that you make is sort of like tuning, like a radio, to the station you want to listen to. Not want to listen to, but subconsciously believe to be true for you. So that's why, if you don't like the music that you're hearing from a radio, you know the metaphor is your life. Change the station. But you don't change the station by hard working, and taking massive action. Like Tony Robbins says, take massive action. Yes, but when you are inspired, get inspired. Inspired is in spirit. Remember that you are powerful. Remember that you are a conscious creator of your reality with a source. Okay, become conscious creator. You are creator already, but become conscious and aware and mindful about how you create certain experiences in your life. Okay, so again, question everything about your self-image. These are just the programs, conditioning. Always remember, when you're about to watch something, scroll, listen to music, absorb, or anything like that, please be mindful, because even if you take care about what you listen to, whenever you go somewhere, when you sit in a cafe, you're still listening to the music where people are talking about having se, what, with multiple people and doing crazy things and then cheating, and this is like normalized in songs. And these are all programs, these are all something that's coming to your mind. So even if you take care, you're still gonna have a certain amount of maybe conditioning that you don't want, or how would I say that in English? Yeah, what you like, the content that you consume, even if you take care of it, you will still be exposed to the content which is not healthy or good for you. Okay, so even if you take care, I'm not a crazy person about this myself. I'm not going to say that I take so much care. That's not true, but I'm just being mindful. Okay, I'm being mindful about it. So this is a call for you, because this is how this is how you are being told that you are small. This is how you're being told that some things are impossible. This is how you're being, all the fear, all the negativity is, programming in you. So that's why, please, remove yourself from all of this. Remember how powerful you are, because I truly understand this. If everybody remembered how powerful they are, and it's already happening, by the way, but like, everything would change. Everything in this world would change, and I feel like it's already changing. So I'm so happy to have you here. Before I continue on the 3 steps on how to actually implement this, I do want to say, if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel and hit the notification button, because I do try to film everyday videos a couple of times a week at least. And of course, if you want to connect deeper, I have Instagram handle. So don't just go on Instagram and Google my name, because I have different profiles. But the one that I'm speaking in English is down in the description box below. And let's continue to the 3 steps. So you have the thoughts that you think, right? the thoughts that you think about who you are. Okay, you have the emotions, how you feel about who you are. How does it feel to be this person that you think that you are? Okay, and we have action, habits, behaviors. How do you act in this world as the person you believe that you are? One of the things I do want to mention as well, which I know that is highly powerful, are our words. Words are literally spells. I'm not even kidding you. Please be very mindful. Many people don't go on this journey because no one wants to be mindful. Do you think that it's easier for me to be mindful and to step out of my character and do something differently than I normally do? It's not convenient, it's not comfortable, and it doesn't feel really nice. I'm gonna tell you that honestly, it feels weird. But this is how you change. This is how you shift your identity. This is how you become the person you were always meant to be. This is how you remember how powerful you are, by being aware in the moment. How am I speaking about myself? What am I now about to say? You become aware of your thought, and before you even open your mouth, you say the sentence in a different way in which it will serve you. And of course, I'm going to give you an example. For example, the other day I was talking to my sister, and when you talk to a person and you guys share something, whether it's a negative thing, but you bond over it. It's like, yeah, I'm having such a bad day. Yeah, me too. People are like this. And then you sort of like maybe complain and you feel good. I mean, not really, but oxytocin, like the hormone that bonds, that feels like it's like when somebody is hugging you and when you are with the love of your life, like this bonding closeness that every single one of us craves happens in that moment, and you feel sort of bad about, of course, that you're complaining and venting, but there is also something good that happens, that you feel actually the experience is that, it's good, but it's not actually good, and I'm going to explain why. You may feel the bond is creating, but this is not good because you are maybe not aware, but your vibration, trust me, if you have been complaining or venting with your friend for 1 hour, your vibration is not higher, is actually lower. And then you will go home and you will think about it and overthink, and maybe you will be in this sense of fear, even though you bonded, even though you felt this like nice feeling. Overall, it's not a good thing to do. But this is where I say that none of the people, they don't want to actually, do this, because it's gonna feel uncomfortable. Because if you're always used to, venting for an hour with your friend, then of course you first time choosing to say different words from your mouth is gonna feel very uncomfortable. But this is where the change happens. Even if you want to be like a happier person, more loving yourself, and all this sounds so beautifully, and you might ask yourself, why I just cannot accept to be loving and happy? Because it still feels uncomfortable if you're not used to it. Okay, so thoughts and words. I'm gonna put this at the first step. As I said now about the words, be mindful. Everything you say, I am, you're casting a spell, you're sending a message to the universe, to God. This is how I see myself, and you get back exactly that. So stop doing that. Of course, if sometimes you want to cry it out to your friend and explain how you feel, that's different. But be mindful in the way in which you describe yourself. Okay. And even if you're talking to your friend or your lover about something that it's not really good in your life, and you want to cry it out, you want to let it all out, the important thing is that after you feel the emotion, you cry, you let it out, maybe you do some breath work or something, then you move the energy slowly, you raise yourself on the emotional scale. Okay, how can I now relax and breathe? And then slowly, slowly, of course, you go higher and higher. Okay, so thoughts. The most, I would say, important thing are thoughts. In the same time, people often say, oh, I can't, change my thoughts. That's not true. You can change your thoughts. You can literally change your thoughts, and you can change your thoughts by changing the perspective about a thing that you are thinking about, in this case, about how you see yourself. So ask yourself a question. How would I like to perceive myself? Who do I want to become? And then try to imagine. This is where imagination is such a powerful tool that is given to us by God. And try to imagine, if I was to be living that life and I was that person who believes, and this is where we come to where the thoughts come from. Thoughts are not random. They come from your beliefs. You have a belief system, the machine, the programming in your mind, and your thoughts are about that, coming from that, thinking about that. You and I might have a very different thoughts, depending on where we are in our, I wouldn't say life journey, but like mind journey, because my thoughts 10 years ago, even 5 years ago, even 6 months ago, were not the same thoughts that I have today. But it all started with me looking myself in the mirror and asking myself, do I really want to believe that which I have been told? I want you to write down in the comments, I am choosing what I want to believe in. And I choose to believe that I am powerful. Write that down in the comments. What did I just now say? There is a sound outside my place. So my mind wandered. But I hope you can hear me and everything, yes. So I am choosing what I want to believe in, and I choose to believe that I am powerful. And I started, questioning my beliefs and really looking myself in the mirror, connecting with myself. And slowly my thoughts have begun to change. When something would occur in my reality, I would see myself acting in a different way than I was before. And I do have videos that I already posted about how you actually can change the belief. There are many ways, and I also don't want you to believe that you need a lot of time to change a belief. That's not true. You can literally change a belief in an instant. For example, you can believe that, I don't know, you can believe, for example, oh, I don't know how to swim. And then somebody takes you out and your friend says, hey, come on, I'm going to show you how to swim. And you learn how to swim in 2 minutes. So your belief about thinking, you believe that swimming is very hard, is now shifted in literally 2 minutes. Okay, this is maybe not very good example, but you can see a movie and learn something new, and your belief, shifts in an instant. So you can change your belief in an instant. It literally is like awakening to this new truth. Okay, this happened to me. Before, my self-worth was very connected with like how much money I have, how many friends I have, is it good friends, am I in the relationship, or like so many external things, And then one moment, like I swear, I woke up, I looked at myself and I was like, who am I kidding? And I finally understood how valuable I am without having anything external, and how valuable I am as a person, as a soul, as a being, as an eternal being of God. So it can change in an instant, but your thoughts come from there. So slowly start to change the way you see yourself by changing your thoughts. Try to connect with imagination. That person that I want to be, how is she thinking about this? How is she thinking about, who is she? How is she thinking? What are her thoughts in a day? Is she really obsessing about the bill that she needs to pay? Or she's thinking, oh, it's such a beautiful day. I really had so much fun today. I'm so happy I got these bracelets from my husband. Oh yeah, I'm so happy about my business. I really want to start like this new venture. I'm so proud of myself. I want to start this new coaching. Like, what is she thinking in her day-to-day basis? And whenever you find yourself in negative, obsessive overthinking, you have the ability to change it. I also want you to know that you have the ability to change it. Be aware when you are looping, and then do something to break the pattern. You know, pattern interruption. Do 10 push-ups, go outside and start running, listen to loud music. And of course, if you start to feel emotions, the rage, the sadness, scream, cry, let it out, move your body, you know, talk to a friend, call someone, do something, interrupt this pattern. Don't just stay there, because as I said, it's much convenient to stay the same and to just, you know, stay in the negative overthinking than to actually change something. It's gonna feel uncomfortable until this becomes your new norm. It's the same as if, for example, when I stopped smoking in the beginning, it's weird because me being a smoker was a part of my identity, and slowly I was like, um, you know, I stopped smoking. It was weird. I'm like, oh my god, like I'm not smoking. Blah, blah, blah. And then after, I'm not even thinking now, am I smoking? Am I not smoking? It's so natural for me that I'm not a smoker. But this is what I'm saying. And then, of course, you want to move to the next level and to the next level and always improving. Not in a way that you're improving because you hate yourself, but you're improving because it's a normal part of human life to improve. Okay, this is what I truly believe in. The next step we have, of course, the words I already said, we have the feelings. So use your imagination to connect to the feeling state of this version of yourself who is already living that life. Feeling is the secret. I have a video which is called Action is the Secret. But of course, I mean, I explained in that video what I actually meant. But yeah, feeling is definitely the secret. Like you starting to feel like that version of yourself, starting to feel the peace, the relaxation, the easiness, the confidence. Your heart is literally beating in a different way when you are that person, that version of yourself. I don't want to confuse anybody thinking that we are changing persons over here, because people sometimes take things very, very literal. And you have on my channel meditation. In the album, it's called, my album is called Ritual and Exercises. There is a meditation. I want you to use this meditation for 30 days to actually connect your feeling state, to change the way you feel about who you are by seeing yourself in this vision, you know, not detached visualization. So you're not watching a screen, but you're actually embracing and doing this from this body. And you, when you close your eyes, you're still seeing like 3D, you know, with those like glasses. You're still seeing you know, that is happening like in front of you. If you want a partner, you envision your partner close to you. You envision the smell, the touch, the kiss. You envision how they talk to you, what is the sound of their voice. Like, and I am telling you 100% with a shadow of a doubt, without a shadow of a doubt, yeah, without a shadow of a doubt, um, you will experience this. It's a matter of time. 100%. 100%. Like, I'm not even kidding you. And I'm telling you, like, listen to for 30 days, not because after 30 days it will happen, but because you're going to change your energy. When you do the visualization and connecting, imagining and feeling, getting into the feeling state of your wish fulfilled, what you're doing, you're changing your emotional state, and you're connecting, you're tuning your radio to the frequency, to the sound that you want to hear. And when you do these things, I don't want you to do it in the terms of the more I do it, then I will get my manifestation, but in a sense of I enjoy doing this. So every morning when I go in this state, when I do my meditations, I do it because I enjoy it. I enjoy the moment, and I release the need to control when is my manifestation gonna come. Is it in June or July or maybe in a year? I release the control because I know how it actually works. If you haven't watched my video Divine Timing, the video from 2 days ago, I highly suggest you watch it. But yes, so this is also highly important because this version of yourself definitely feels differently. And the third step is the action. I can almost say, I can almost say that you don't even have to think about this step that much. The action is the one that is making you open to receive. And I talked about this on my channel as well. The action helps you to be open-minded, open-hearted to receive. And also, it is what is bringing you the results. When you get into this emotional state and you feel how it feels and you think from this place of already being what you want to become, so you're not thinking of the end. I think also Neville Goddard said this. You're not thinking of the end, like imagining, oh, I wish this was my life. But you're thinking from the end. You're thinking from the mind. You're thinking like that version of yourself. Okay, from all. Excuse me. Oh my gosh. I'm so passionate about this, but my throat is not very passionate. So you're not thinking of the end. Oh, I wish. Because if you think like that, it always stays in the wishy-washy. But you're actually embodying. And guys, this is science. Okay, when you visualize, your body is changing. Like you are sending different signals to your brain. You're rewiring your brain. Like guys, literally, you are changing in these moments. And what happens, you are naturally gonna take the action when you think and feel like this version of yourself, and somebody calls you and says, hey, I have an offer for you, you're gonna say yes. And you're naturally gonna be like, oh my gosh, like I have so much inspiration, I want to do this, I want to do this. And you're gonna naturally want to do it. I do want to mention that another way that you can also do it is write down all the action steps. Of course, the workbook is here for this, how to actually implement this. What are the behaviors and the habits that that version of yourself have and you don't have right now? Is she waking up earlier? Is she not procrastinating? Is she working on the new business idea? Is she saying no to the friends who don't support her? Is she eating healthier? Is she walking? Maybe she's not eating healthier. You know, your version of yourself and my version of myself, which I want to be, are very different versions. It's not like there is a blueprint for everyone. Okay, but as I told you, when you work on your belief system and when you change your feeling state about who you are and you expand your mind and your heart and your capacity to actually believe that you are powerful and that you can show up and be whoever you want to be today, then you are naturally going to take the action steps towards your dreams. You're naturally going to get opportunities and accept them and go after them. You're naturally going to make that calls, you know, make emails. So I'm telling you, focus on these things and it's gonna come. Other than that, if you feel called to, you still can go from the action and actually change your habits and change your behaviors. There is no right or wrong way to do this, as long as you understand that this is gonna require you to be aware, you to be conscious. Where is my focus? Where is my attention? And actually embodying that new version of yourself, starting to, in these little moments. This is something that most people don't get. It's not a big thing. Everybody's talking about the grandiose thing, but it's actually the little thing. Like maybe she doesn't sit like this, but she sits like this. Maybe when a guy approaches her or somebody approaches her on the street, instead of her, I don't know, giving her Instagram or I don't know, she is like, no, I'm sorry, no. Or um, maybe she doesn't go to the store, but she orders food because she saves her time and her time is so valuable. Maybe she is a passenger princess but doesn't drive. You know, for everyone is different. So that's why you're being called to use your imagination and connect with this version of yourself. How does it feel? What is she doing? How is she acting? You know, I always picture myself when I was picturing like this version, I'm going to give you an example. She's always wearing gold. I don't know why, but she's wearing like gold earrings. She's wearing like gold necklaces, and she's wearing a lot of white, but like very good quality material. Like, I don't want to say heavy, but like good, beautiful white, dress and shirt, and she's wearing gold. And whenever I imagine her, like, I don't know, 6 months ago or 1 year ago, and I was thinking, I was imagining this version of myself. It's not even as the physical, but I could sense that she was so peaceful. And I'm already, her. I am embodying her. You know what I mean? And I am her. It's so funny that I actually now realized that I believe now that this is what I was imagining. I mean, I'm not wearing this. This is not gold. Um, but in terms of that piece, when I remember when I was connecting with her, she had this ease about her. She was like so much bubbly and fun to be around. And she was like so ease and joy. And I do feel that now I embodied it, but it actually did start, like I said, like, okay, so if she's peaceful, so how can I breathe? How can I relax more? How can I work smarter instead of work harder? How can I love myself when I forget to do something, or I maybe sometimes I don't finish some tasks? And before, like a year ago, I would be so mad at myself and I would be so nervous and just agitated and clenching my jaw. And I'm never doing that. Yesterday I planned to work, but I came home late, so I didn't work. So I'm going to do it today. I don't hate myself. It's a different kind of a state. So this is what I want you to tap into, this state. Guys, if you watched until here, I know for sure that you want to shift your self-image. That's why I created such a powerful weekend. It's called the Rebirth VIP weekend, where you and I privately, for a couple of hours each day, we will dive deep into your subconscious beliefs that you have right now about yourself, where you will finally understand why everything in your external reality looks like it looks like. And then you will heal those wounds from the past. So you are going to be able to start anew and build a strong self-image, self-concept that is going to be so powerful, so much confidence, such a high self-worth that you're going to have. You're going to be able to then, of course, achieve your goals. You and I will create a custom-made blueprint, action steps, step-by-step process, how to actually achieve your goals and manifest your desires. So it's very personalized, and I'm so happy. This was so helpful already for the people that I worked with, and it's just something that I created for you if you want to shift your self-image, but you are not, maybe you don't want to work for like 6 months on it, but you want to have something that is going to help you just like with your focused energy go deep in just 1 weekend, becoming aware and shifting your self-image. And of course, the process will just begin after this weekend, but you will already see the change in your energy, the change in your confidence, and slowly you will be able to then use the same principle whenever something arises that you want to work with. So for you to apply for this VIP weekend, you can also check the link in the description box down below. I'm really looking forward to meeting you. And I really hope this was helpful. I am so passionate about this topic. It's something I'm really the most passionate about, because I was somebody who was smoking, drinking. I was taking so many different kinds of drugs for many, many years. I was abused. People were using me, abusing me. I mean, I'm not saying like I'm not playing the victim here, but I do want to say I didn't like myself. I hated myself. I didn't even think I was beautiful, and I had a body dysmorphia, anorexia, and depression, anxiety disorder. Like I was even taking like antidepressants for a couple of years. Just overall, I have been through this like dark night of the soul, or however you want to call it. And I was somebody who didn't see any self-worth in myself. I was always feeling so shy and just not being able, to be myself. But finally I came home. I am who I was always meant to be, and I'm becoming more of who I was always meant to be. So I'm looking forward to meeting you. If you haven't already, subscribe to my channel. It really helps me a lot to reach more people so that I can help more people. And of course, stay conscious and remember to have fun.